We do hope she's well, because the Chinese state is not known to take prisoners. They act without mercy, even if it's their own army at the receiving end. In fact, Xi Jinping has cracked the whip on the army yet again. China's Politburo, which is the principal policy-making committee of a communist party, has ordered the PLA, the People's Liberation Army, to stop running its kindergartens and other commercial businesses. Yes, the Chinese army ran kindergarten schools, living up to the adage, catch them young and watch them grow. Anyway, the Politburo has now told the armed forces to cease all commercial activities by the end of the year. The military in China operates several businesses at the moment, ranging from kindergartens to property rental services and everything in between. The order to shut them down is being seen as another attempt to curb corruption in the military. In fact, President Xi Jinping has undertaken the biggest military overhaul in China in 60 years. The latest order comes straight from the president, who also heads the party's Central Military Commission. While issuing this order, President Xi Jinping clearly said that there are no exceptions for anyone, no compromises will be made. The Chinese army went into business in the late 1970s. Reports say that these dealings and profit-oriented businesses led to widespread corruption. Demands to close down the PLA's business activities date back to 1998. Xi Jinping promised to end them 3 years ago. By the end of July this year, that's yesterday, he'd managed to shut down around 100,000, that's 1 lakh of the businesses belonging to the Chinese military. The country's news wire, Xinhua, says that 6,000 quote-unquote sensitive and complicated businesses remain operational in China. We do not know what will become of them. This exercise is part of Xi Jinping's larger initiative to purge the army. He undertook it almost as soon as he took office. And over the last few years, the Chinese president has jailed top generals. He's broken chains of command to introduce a more centralized power structure. Here's a report decoding Xi Jinping's plans for the PLA.
This was an unprecedented move by the Chinese president. Referring to the troops as comrades, Xi Jinping tells them he appreciates their hard work. The troops reply in unison with their motto, "Serve the people," a way for them to echo their loyalty to the Communist Party. This is Xi Jinping's way of sending a message across to the troops. He wants to show them who the boss is. Behind the scenes, Xi has created a centralized system to keep a tight watch over the military. This has been accompanied by a massive purge. According to a report in the Financial Times back in February, more than 13,000 senior officers have been investigated. Hundreds more from the lower ranks have been either sacked or imprisoned. Since 2012, 16 first and second-class generals have been prosecuted for corruption. Many say this purge is political in nature. Xi Jinping's critics claim that he used the issue of corruption to drive out dissenters from the PLA. The purge goes much beyond the army. It's touched every corner of the Chinese government. It also goes a long way in helping Xi Jinping introduce modernization plans. The Chinese president wants a more nimble military powered by the latest technology that makes the defense forces more compact and responsive. Xi wants a world-class defense force, and he's not hiding his ambitions from anyone.
我们要深入贯彻党的强军思想，坚定不移 走中国特色强军之路，努力实现党在新形势下的强军目标，把我们这支英雄的人民。
The Chinese president's move to reform the military is in sync with his country's global desires. A powerful military will help China assert itself in Asia and beyond. Many argue that a military firmly under the president's grip will embolden Xi Jinping more than the nation. Bureau Report, WION.